What's going on, everybody? Back again with another video. Today we're looking at SoFi. Did about 45% today in the market with SoFi. Let's go straight to the charts. Check it out. All right, so we got busy today. Yes, sir. Where we at? 161 today's P&L. All right, that's with SoFi and QUBT. I got some QUBT shares. Earlier in the week we had Nike. No, that wasn't that was last week. Yep, the end of last week did Nike. That was that $80 there in the small account. So now the small account is up to 826, slowly making its way to 1,000, and then we'll get to 2K. Once we get to 2K, we'll get to 10,000 within maybe 4 to 5 months. All right, so y'all just keep rocking with me. Let's look at, oh yeah, also just bought some shares. So one thing I like to do, don't give your money back. Don't give your money back to the market. So I made a little money here with SoFi. So what I did was, you see this amount here, same amount roughly, all right, $154. I dumped it into Lyft. Lyft is at support right now at 19. So perfect time to buy some shares, just safe harbor my wins. I suggest you do the same. I also have NVII, which is an NVIDIA growth ETF. That's down right now, but I'm buying those when it's down and I have enough funds. When it's down enough, 10%, 20, and 30%. That's when I like to add and average in. QUBT is up 13%, and my Lyft shares that I just bought, they're up like 0.5%. All right, so let's recap this real quick. Let's look at SoFi. How did we do this? All right. So, I put this in the chat. All right, I told you guys to look out for it. All right, we drew our trend line going down. All right, our bearish trend line, and then we waited. Okay, we got the break. Okay, I was waiting for the retest. Okay, I didn't get it that day. It kept going, but boom, sooner than later, the retest came. All right, now this is why I like to draw levels out, because even though we can see right here it broke our trend line, it did not break support. See that? So it did not break support. Okay, so I actually bought this on the day of this long red candle. I got in a little too early. Okay, I got in too early, but because the play was still valid, I stayed in and I added to my position. So I had 6 contracts when it was all said and done. All right, and we see that the day after I bought it, we had a rough day. We kind of just consolidated. All right, we didn't do much, but you can also see right here that we tested our trend line. Okay, but even in that, we have a higher low. Okay, this low is higher than this low. All right, the low of that day was higher than the low of the previous day. Okay, so I was like, hey, I gotta stay in this trade. I was still negative, but I wasn't as bad off as I was. I was down like 30% at one point, and I was getting ready to cut it. But I said, if it doesn't break 26, I'm not gonna cut it. I'm glad I stuck to my plan, because it went back up. The next day closed, I think I was at like minus 8% or something like that. So I was close. I was actually even green at one point that day. And then today. So we dropped at the beginning of the day. Let me show you how this actually looked this morning. So when the market opened, I'm thinking, okay, I need for it to just go, right? But what happens is it opens, and then it acts like it wants to run. It comes back to this 27, 21 level, it rejects it, okay? And if you don't know your levels, you may get afraid and say, well, that's it. It got rejected. It's not going anywhere. It's going to go back down. I might as well just get out. So I know my levels, okay? So I know that as long as this stays above 26, I'm staying in, right? Okay, so what happens? Comes down, okay, and we reject. We do not continue downwards. We get a nice green candle here, and then we cross above the 8-day, the 20-day, the 50, and the 200-day moving average on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, once we do that, we break through 27.22 with strong conviction. Okay, strong conviction meaning look at all of this, no return. We didn't even retest it. Okay, so we went all the way up, and I just started offloading contracts at different levels. Okay, and I ended up taking profit right at the top. Okay, so now what is the plan? The plan now is to rinse and repeat. So instead of me jumping right back in, because we're going up, we're going to 30, what is it, 32.73. So far it's going to hit 32.73. Okay, so what we have to look at is the bigger picture. Okay, so we see we have the downtrend here. We broke trend, all right, and we hit 29.64 before we fell. So what does that mean? That means that we have to go back to 29.64. Does not mean we're going to break it, but we got to go back there, okay? So the plan for me now is to wait for the pullback into 27.22, all right? We're going right back into support, okay? So if we don't get this retest, I will not be entering more than likely. Now, there's one scenario where I will re-enter. That's if we take out 28.07 and I'm talking like early in the day, and then we fall back to 28.07. If we do that, then I can get in there. But outside of that, my position is I'm waiting for 27.22 because I don't want to buy here, okay, and then now I have to wait, or I have to watch out for 26. Sorry, I thought I heard something outside. I was about to go get the pistol on them. Oh yeah. But anyway, I was gonna wait until it hits 27.22 because if it drops to $26, now we're looking at a significant loss. Okay, much more significant loss. All right, and we don't want that. So always try to enter as close as you can to support, because if I enter here, my stop loss is like here, the previous wick. All right, that's a whole lot better than for me entering here and waiting to go here or here. Nah, we want to enter at support, and then we want to sell at resistance. Okay, so if we can get it here, we'll sell it off here before it hits 29.86. That's our little sweet spot. That way we don't have to worry about no crazy rejection. We can leave a runner open. Have a break even stop loss on the runner, and if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, we don't lose nothing. Okay, so that's how we're gonna do that. That's so far. Real quick, and I'm gonna get out of here. I'll come back probably tomorrow or the next night, if not Sunday, to really go over some more stuff. But Lyft is the other play that we have in our large account. This is not for the small account challenge. This is for larger accounts. Okay, so I'm still holding the June 2026 calls on Lyft right now in my Robinhood account, and we have been consolidating in this area here. But we have also rejected $19. Okay, we have held this position here for the past week or so. So now what we need to see is we need to reclaim 1960 here tomorrow, and once we reclaim that, we should see $20.53. The play is to go to 20. 23.34. All right. But we're going to rinse and repeat all the way up there. So my next take profit is $20.53 on Lyft. I'll start trimming from there. My next level is $21.50, and then from there $22.83, and I have a runner left for $23.34 and above. All right. So if you guys have any questions about anything that I just covered in this video, make sure you put it down in the chat. If you made money on SoFi, go ahead and put it down in the chat, in the comments. Make sure you hit the link in the description to join the Discord, and that way you don't miss out on next week's plays. I will be putting out plays every single week. I'll be dropping them in the Discord Sunday night or early Monday morning, and I'll be providing you guys with a watch list for the week at the top of the morning on Monday before the open. All right, till next time, God bless you and your families.